We had, with the advisory committee that we had regarding the Outlook Conference, we kind of brainstormed, Ed and others, about the new normal. And Chris, I'm quite sure as you travel throughout Georgia, that comes up on your radar screen quite a bit. And the days of the past where we could just assume what will happen tomorrow, those days are over. And so today we'll focus on a variety of matters as it relates to what happens in the future, how we adjust to what that new benchmark is going to be in our lives.
This one is titled On the Brink of the New Normal. On the brink of the new normal. And I've thought about that a few times in the last few days, trying to first define what's normal. Anyone in the room normal? Anyone living in a world of normal? So if it's a new normal, what was the old normal? Maybe something you want to ponder along the way today, but the reality is things have clearly changed. They're not coming back to those thrilling days of yesteryear. It really becomes a question of how do we take advantage of what indeed is moving forward. And if you ever had a group that can give you some insight into what's moving forward, you certainly have that today with the panel sessions.
There may be mixed feelings about the funding about transit, but I think there are no mixed feelings about our people wanting it. And if we get ourselves together and become more transparent to the public for what we're spending their monies for, then I think we're going to have a much easier way forward to get whatever it is we want for transit, because that's what they want. We need to learn how to differentiate.
I tell people in South Fulton all the time, when the economy changes, you must be ready, because when it does, there ain't no place to go but South Fulton County.
Location, location, location. That's the old way. That's not the new way. That's not the new Georgia. That's not the new normal as we see it coming out. Location, yeah, it still matters to some. But right now, that is not the most important thing. I have given this talk many times, and Chris touched on this. Actually, you give more touched on it, I think you kind of explained it. It doesn't, I mean, you can go out and you can have the best highways, waterways, whatnot. You can have the best, you know, the most magnificent industrial park, the most magnificent, you know, office park, buildings and whatnot. But you know what? That only takes you so far nowadays. Right now, you've got to have the workforce to fill those jobs.
Operationally, as we go through and look at transit in the region as a whole, having one transit governance, I think, is something everybody desires. Now, that's exactly why in the bill they created a regional transit governance study commission. And that study commission is working, maybe not be working as fast as some people would like to have something done this session, but it looks like, matter of fact, they've got another meeting in March, but they've been hearing out all the different aspects of it. They're actually, the good thing about it is this, we can make governance recommendations, we can put together white papers, and we can do all that. That's what the Regional Transit Committee's been doing and the TIB's been doing before that. But until you get legislators involved and actually legislate legislation, it doesn't mean anything.
The legislation that was passed last year prohibits revenue from the referendum to go to MARTA, the existing operational and capital costs of MARTA. And so as Chair of Fulton County, along with DeKalb County, we have voiced our concern about how we feel that new legislation needs to be introduced that will allow revenue to be, or funds to be used to support the major investment that citizens of Fulton, DeKalb counties have made over the past 35 years in terms of the backbone of a regional, of a transit system within our counties, but it also can serve as the backbone of a true regional transit system for this region. And so my concern and my board's concern, the Fulton County Board's concern, along with DeKalb County, is that we feel that this legislation is good, but we need to figure out a way that the new monies that Todd Long referenced that will be generated can be used to support MARTA.
I have a lot of confidence in the men and the women that serve on the regional roundtable. They're leaders of this region, and they're looking at the best interest of this region. What affects Atlanta affects Henry County and vice versa. We're all in this together. And I believe that we're all going to lay aside everything else and focus our attention on making sure that we get an ideal project list that's going to carry this region into the future.
I'm just one key component, but with all those individuals, we're trying to bring Griffin back. So if you're looking to do some investment in downtown Griffin or the city of Griffin, please come. We've got job tax credits as well as property tax abatement.
I just want to say on behalf of the city of Hapeville and the mayor and the council and all of our employees, that's what makes this possible, and our citizens, they have input into everything we do. So thank you so much.
Well, on behalf of Howard Properties, I'd like to say thank you. This area of Tradeport is in Clayton County, and we expect to see a lot of positive things headed in this area with an international terminal. There's a lot of good things coming this way, so we certainly appreciate it, and we look forward to more development opportunities. Thank you.